4.
The Brewers and Cubs face off in a do-or-die matchup in Game 5 of the NLDS.
1-1 is a fly ball deep left field. This is way back. Bye-bye baseball.
Our Brewers Radio Network coverage starts tonight at 6:30. October runs through the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 45 degrees in Milwaukee. Today, mostly sunny, high of 63. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy, low of 50. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Elizabeth Lintonen. Following a massive plant explosion Friday in Tennessee, about 50 miles west of Nashville, nearly a dozen workers remain missing this morning. ABC's Mola Lene is near the scene.
The massive blast occurring at 7:45 Friday morning at Accurate Energetic Systems, a facility with 80 employees that manufactured explosives. The building completely leveled. Vehicles in the parking lot charred. The explosion felt all the way across town.
According to AP News, 18 people remain missing. A death toll has not been specified. The family of a man killed by an off-duty Milwaukee police officer acknowledged the officer's actions were justified.
Attorney B. Ivory Lamar is representing the family of Elijah Wilkes, the man who was shot and killed by the officer after a car accident Thursday near 49th and Mill.
We acknowledge that he made a bad decision, and unfortunately, it came with dire consequences.
Lamar says he and the family have viewed footage of the exchange, which Police Chief Jeffrey Norman says shows Wilkes instigated the exchange of gunfire.
That subject proceeded to strike the off-duty officer in the face with his firearm.
The officer is still recovering from their injuries. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A Watoma High School student has been arrested after the teen threatened to shoot law enforcement.
On Thursday, a call from within the school revealed the 16-year-old's plan. The student's family later said guns were missing from their home. The school then went into lockdown. Officers found no weapons, but took the student into custody. Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
And crime in Milwaukee. Crime has seen an overall decline this year in Milwaukee, as found by the third quarterly report from the Milwaukee Police Department. Compared to 2024, the number of aggravated assaults declined by over 1,000 plus cases. Carjacking numbers also decreased by 200 cases, while robberies declined by nearly 500 incidents. Although there were declines across the board, there have been increases in homicides and human trafficking incidents. Police reported 8 additional homicides and 5 more cases of human trafficking found in the city compared to last year. The final showdown between the Brewers and the Cubs takes place tonight at American Family Field. Brewers manager Pat Murphy says the performance by the Cubs has been impressive the last 2 games, but it ends right here in Milwaukee.
You have to be ready. Now, the Cubs are, again, they were picked to win the league. I keep saying that. They were picked to win the league 2 years in a row. They got the team that can do it. They happen to be playing good over the last 2 games. If you evaluated the first 2 games, you'd say, ooh, they're in trouble. So they're a good team. They bounce back. And then it's our job to bounce back again and win this series and move forward.
Game 5 coverage of the NLDS begins today at 4 right here on 620 WTMJ. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:03.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
I'm with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, you get the benefit of one-on-one relationships with the James team. Like when your sales rep said something unexpected. What did they say?
Hey, this is a little high. You're not printing as much as we thought you were going to print.
Then the James team member had even better news.
Correct. Let's bring that down. Let's make it a little cheaper and still keep you on the same program.
The James Managed Print Services Program. All your document output devices bundled under one invoice that includes service and supplies for one low cost per print. Nice, right, Preston?
Yes, felt great. Felt secure, Don't have to worry about, again, somebody just coming in and selling something and then walking away and never hearing from them again.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Ready to upgrade your home's exterior? Family owned and operated since 1983, J&J Contractors specializes in top quality windows, doors, and siding that enhance your home while increasing its value and energy efficiency. From modern vinyl siding to stylish fiberglass doors, and from double hung windows to sliding glass doors, they have the perfect solutions for your home. Contact them today for a free consultation. Just search online J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors, welcome home.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. It didn't seem like it when the season started, but we've watched the Crew become a great team. We're just as proud of the team here at Annex. I'll put the Annex team up against anyone when it comes to what we do. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. If that's what you're looking for, let's talk soon. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. In the meantime, let's enjoy championship baseball in Milwaukee.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gerber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers face off against the Cubs tonight in the fifth game of the NLDS. They lost 6-0 against the Cubs on Thursday. The series is currently tied 2-2. They play at 7:08 in American Family Field. Additionally, the Packers play the Bengals tomorrow at 3:25. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, we're still seeing a major construction closure heading southbound from the Zoo interchange all the way to the Hale interchange on I-41. Other than that, though, no major incidents, no major delays.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, mostly sunny, high of 63. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy, low of 50. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a chance of afternoon rain, high of 64. Monday, slight chance of showers, partly sunny, high of 68. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high of 63. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high of 61. Right now in Madison, it's 39. In Green Bay, it's 44. In Waukesha, it's 41. And in Milwaukee, we've got 45 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Linton in Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:07.
This is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. Need help around the house? Even the handiest do-it-yourselfer needs an extra hand sometimes. Let Home Inspector David Nason help you out during the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
And the Fix-It Show is sponsored by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction. I'm Libby Collins in for Dayton Kane this morning, and as always, we are joined by the inimitable.
Big words again, Libby.
I know. I've been working on the thesaurus this week. But, of course, we've got David Nason here today. And this hour is open, which means you can ask him anything on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. And how has your week been?
Good morning, Libby. It was good. Hope everybody else is doing well. Good morning.
Got a little chilly
again
this week.
Yeah, a little
Did
chilly.
you turn the furnace on?
We did.
Did you?
Just in the morning. Not overnight, all night. Just, you get up in the morning, just crack it on and take the chill out of the air and then turn it back off. That's all.
We didn't turn ours on. I just said, grin and bear it, put a sweater on.
I got an old house. It's not insulated as well as most, newer houses. And we do like to keep a window cracked open just for fresher air.
Yeah.
So, it feels comfortable all night. And then you get up and you're walking around. It's like, ooh, hardwood. I got hardwood floors everywhere in the house.
Oh, you don't even have carpeting.
No.
Okay,
because
carpeting will warm it up.
Yeah. So that and everything's kind of creaking. Everything.
So you don't have carpeting in your bedroom.
A rug, an area rug, kind of under the bed and around it.
See, I always like carpeting in a bedroom just because I think it keeps the room warmer.
I wouldn't disagree with that, but 100-year-old house, they've got my entire second floor is maple.
Oh, beautiful.
Solid oak stair going up, and then
Nice.
first floor is all oak and then maple in my kitchen, which, they never did, but back when my house was built, they did. But so it's not as efficient keeping a window open. Yeah, it's a little chilly in the morning, but that's fine. It's a good time to start thinking about that. That's one of those maintenance things that I think we can talk about here in this first hour when we don't have anybody on. Is like, get up. It's going to be a beautiful day before the Brewers play. Are you nervous?
Am I nervous? Well, thankfully I don't play, but
right. No.
I'm anxious. Let's put it that way.
Right.
There's a little anxiety for the team. My husband is going to the game tonight.
Yep, good.
So, and I know he's a little nervous
They
about
lost
it.
a little
He's
momentum.
a huge fan. He goes back to the Braves. I mean, he's a big-time baseball fan.
Yeah.
And so, I'm nervous for my husband going to the game.
Sure. They lost a little momentum, I think. I'm not even going to say the other team's name, but But going down to Chicago, that's a tough place to play. And they were
Wrigley Field.
They were a good team this year.
If you go back to the very beginning of the season, and I am not a sports analyst at all. Don't ask me about anything. But the Cubs really looked like they were going to be the team this year.
Right.
And then the Brewers started.
Totally unexpected.
Maybe tonight we'll see the team
we've had
that
some
we
injuries. Love. If Woodruff was still good going into the end of the season, that would be huge. Our pitching, still good, but we're Anyways, I like to think that they're going to win, but I'm a little nervous after watching some of the other games. I mean, the Seattle and Dodgers.
How many innings did that finally go last night?
15 innings last night. 2-2. Seattle won.
They
finally,
did win.
A walk-off single. But then the way the Dodgers and Phillies game ended, I don't know if you saw that error. Oh, I feel so terrible for that pitcher.
Yeah.
For it to end like that. And, of course, you can't blame everything on one play. Your season doesn't hinge on one play, but that's kind of what everybody saw. So, but anyways, you got a good long day. If you're going to the game, you don't have to get there, till later after dinner or whatever. If you're not going,
I bet
you got
people
a lot
are
of time.
going to be there early today.
Probably the diehard fans, sure.
I think you're going to see a lot of tailgating. I think you're going to see a lot of energy,
Right.
and people are going to be excited to get in there and support.
Got to be loud. Everybody's got to be loud today. Got to, give it back to them. Be loud the entire game. Absolutely, get that place rocking. The roof will probably close. I heard
I'm
last
sure
night
it'll
just
be
because
closed.
it's going to be chilly.
Yeah.
And that'll make it louder. So.
Yeah. Regardless, it's going to be an exciting night in Milwaukee.
Right. So get out today. Well, first, start your day by listening to the show, listening to us, call in, text in with your questions, and then get outside and look at your house and take care of some of those things. We'll talk about a list of things that you can probably do that get done here before it really does turn to a different season.
Well, whatever your issue is around the house, we've got David Nason here to help you out. And, of course, as David just said, you can give us a call or a text on the Siding Unlimited Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. Today is going to be a very beautiful fall day, although we're going to get some clouds increasing. We'll get up to about 64 degrees. Tonight for the game, it's going to be down to 53, and tomorrow looks mostly sunny and a high of 68. Our temperature in Milwaukee right now is 48 degrees at 7:13.
Your way inside the huddle. Hit one, hit two, without putting on any pads. It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Every day of the regular season at 4:15.
We asked Matt LaFleur today, what are you hoping to get out of this bye week? And his answer was one word: health.
Green and Gold Insiders is presented by Window Nation. It's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ.
The Fix It Show live stream and podcast are brought to you by J&J Contractors. Visit jjcontractorsllc.com or phone 414-423-9200 for your free consultation. J&J Contractors, welcome home.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
What makes Hasselus mattress different?
Aside from employee-free showrooms, free next-day delivery, and prices that are way too low?
Yeah, besides that.
Hasselus Mattress is locally owned and managed by the same family. So, your money stays right here. And through Monday, you'll get a $248 credit towards a new Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper just for shopping local.
Thanks.
For what?
For being different.
Find a no-hassle, employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
They saved over $50,000 after we sold their home at only 1.9%. You don't have to pay 6% to market and sell your home. Hundreds of Century 21 Benefit Realty clients will attest. You can get it all for only 1.9%. The more value your home has, the more important it is to find the best real estate commission and the marketing ability to get top dollar. And with Century 21 behind us, that's what we have. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. Half a century of marketing expertise joined with over 20 years of local market knowledge. Not to mention the savings you'll see after you get our best commission right up front, which, by the way, is only 1.9% on the listing side of your home. Join that together and you can be sure that you've chosen the right real estate experts who have the experience to market your home effectively and give you a commission that'll end up paying for things like new furniture. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
He's inspected homes inside and out, and he's here for your home issues now. It's the Fix It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane's off today. I'm Libby Collins, and we've got calls and texts coming in already on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. You ready? You ready, Dave?
I'm ready.
We got Dave in Menominee Falls. He says he wants to install a backup battery for his sump pump, but he has a sealed sump because of radon remediation. Now, what does he do that's special because of these circumstances?
Right. So in order to, when you have a radon system installed in your house, that system, it's called a sub-slab depressurization system, I think is a technical term for it. So basically it needs to be able to draw the air from underneath your concrete floor. And so in order to do that, the sump crock cover has to be sealed. I've seen a variety of ways of those being sealed, everything from a piece of plywood caulked in place to the original plastic cover just caulked in place to the best option, which a couple of the mitigation companies do, is they take that black cover that you can't see through and they put a clear Lexan cover over it so you can actually see through it. And then on top of that, the best option is to put in a resealable port or something that you can open. You can either pour water in there or reach in there and test your pump. But in order to, the sump pump, you have to have a submersible pump that's sitting down in the crock in there. The cords have to come up and plug into an outlet for the pump to work, right? So they drill a hole and they run the cord through it and then they caulk around that. Well, if you're going to add a backup battery system, well, now you need additional cords going through there, so you probably have to drill an additional hole through your cover and run the cord in there, do the attachment. And what he's asking about is adding a backup to the sump pump. Typically, what people do is add a second pump that is powered by the battery. So you have a primary pump that's plugged into the wall, it's run by your electricity in your home, and then you have a backup pump instead of just putting a battery backup on the original pump. So now you have a backup pump and that's run by the battery. So now you have to drill some holes, but they have to be able to be resealable.
So do you suggest getting like a plumber or somebody to do it?
If you're really handy, this isn't a difficult thing to do. If you can kind of understand the whole thing, you probably find a YouTube video on how to do it. But yes, it's really the best thing to do to make sure this is done correctly. And so here's the other thing, too, we talk about is that when you have two pumps, if you do add a second pump in your crock, first of all, you got to make sure there's room in there. There's Chris Mancuso from Accurate calls your sump crock a pail that's basically in the floor. And they're all different sizes, so you got to make sure you have room to put a second pump in there. And then so the floats, if they have a float, so they can work fine and they're not getting caught on the other pump or something. You don't want that happening. But if your only concern is, I don't get that much water, but I do get water when it rains, and so if a power goes out, I just want to have a pump run. Then both of those pipes can come up and then go into a Y fitting and then go out through one pipe outside. If your concern is that I get so much water sometimes that I need two pumps to run, to keep up with that water, and I'd like to have one of them on a battery backup, now you really should have 2 pipes that go directly outside. Because if they just go to one pipe, you could have 2 pipes coming, pumping, and then they go to one. You only get the volume of the one pump. But if you have 2 pipes going out, now you get the volume of the 2 pipes. So this is something a plumbing contractor, Milestone Plumbing is one of my favorites. Capital Heating and Cooling as well does plumbing. So I would say one of those 2 for sure would be able to help you out with that. Capital's right up there in Menominee Falls. So, and I think Jason's on next week.
All right. Well, we've got more questions coming in on the Siding Unlimited Talk and Text line. 855-616-1620. David Nason is here on The Fix-It Show, answering all your questions about everything you need to do to keep your home safe and also in good shape. It's all on The Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Politics, work, daily stressors. Let's take a break from all that and get centered, Christ-centered. I'm Pastor Tim Butker. Join me each week for Christian Crusaders, a broadcast that highlights the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and our belief in the authoritative Word of God. Christ-centered, gospel-oriented, Bible-based, Christian Crusaders. Please join us Sundays at 6 a.m. on WTMJ. We'd love to have you worship with us.
We've seen a significant uptick in the number of gasping customers in this 12-foot radius at Penny Mustard.
This is where we display the Joni sofa.
Now that's a gasp-worthy sofa.
You'd never know something this strong and beautiful could be so comfortable. Was that you?
Oh no, it's contagious.
Come see the Joni sofa, starting at just $80 a month with no interest until October of 2027 through October 19th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
The people have spoken, and the results are undeniable. Ridgetop Exteriors delivers. We swept the People's Choice Awards. Best roofing, best siding, best windows, and best overall home improvement company. That's not just winning, that's setting the standard with expert craftsmanship, top materials, and service that keeps homeowners coming back. 4 categories, 4 wins, 1 name. Ridgetop Exteriors, your only choice for home exteriors. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and experience the difference today.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Doing your home project but stuck on what to do next? We're here for you. This is the Fix-It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
724 on WTMJ, 48 degrees. And we've got a lot of texts coming in right now. And there's a follow-up to the sump pump. Somebody says, what if you don't have one? And they live in Milwaukee, and the homes in the area don't have sump pumps.
Prior to about 1952, 1953, kind of depending where you are in Milwaukee, it's right around that time frame. Houses before that had a Palmer valve in your floor drain. And so what you want to do is pull up the floor drain cover, take a flashlight, look down in there. It can be a little gross. It's a little rusty and maybe gunky. You should probably clean that out. Just make sure if you have any sludge at the bottom of the drain there, shop vac that out. Make sure you put water back in there. But there's a little flap on the side of the pipe going down. It's a little round disc. It's there to prevent sewer backup water, not from coming into your basement onto the floor, but it's prevented from going into the drain tile. But I took an old knitting needle, basically an aluminum knitting needle, and I bent the end into a hook so I can reach down there and try to grab the bottom edge of that Palmer valve and see if it moves. When I'm doing my inspections, I want to see that Palmer valve flaps open so that it can allow water out of the drain tile in there. So I don't know if you can find a YouTube video on that, but you could call me separately.
Maybe you should make one.
Maybe I should. I
With your knitting needle.
Have my own YouTube channel. I'm going to do that. Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
I will.
You'd have a lot of followers if you did.
I'm going to podcast or YouTube channel, one of those. Look for that coming up.
All right. Well, you can do
You
a lot
heard
of
it here.
you can do a lot of things,
Yes.
obviously. But we've got somebody with a problem. They want to know about what do you do if you've got multiple projects? He said, how do you sync the work of several contractors? And I think that's beyond my pay grade.
Right. You just have to, and we were kind of talking about this over there. Would it be best to hire a general contractor to oversee things that has experience in scheduling things? Absolutely. That makes most sense just in a bigger picture. But there are many times when, and I use the example of, say, somebody wants to do a little bit of remodeling in their kitchen. Maybe new countertops, their cabinets are fine, but they want to upgrade their countertops. Oh, and by the way, in doing so, they also want to add a couple outlets. They're short on outlets. The home is older, or they're getting new appliances. They're putting in an electric or an induction cooktop in the countertop and stuff. So now you need a countertop company contractor, and you need an electrician. Most kitchen remodeling contractors probably don't want to just do that. They want to come in, they want to do all new countertops.
They want a big job.
Cabinets, new flooring, maybe move things around and everything. And a lot of people are like, no, and I don't need that. So now that homeowner just needs the countertop company, the electrical contractor. And so when it comes to syncing, they said, not your kitchen sink, but SYNCHING, multiple contractors, it really comes down to logic. Okay, who should be here first? Well, if you're going to go from, say, old laminate countertops to granite, you actually have to take your laminate countertops out first before they can come and measure. So you're probably going to have to do some removal if you can do that yourself, or have the countertop company come and remove them, do the measuring. And at that time, then you can bring your electrician in, and if they have to move some wiring, now they're going to do some rough wiring, new circuits, get things ready and everything, get that all prepared. Then your countertops come in and they install those and everything, and then your electrician comes back. So it's not electrical do all their work, countertop company do all their work. There's a little bit back and forth, and that's what general contractors, remodeling contractors specialize in. That's why you're paying for their expertise, to be able to understand how I got to schedule things and work with people. And a lot of these contractors are working for a lot of different company, or other remodelers or people and everything. So they're keeping a lot of balls in the air, kind of thing, so that you're not waiting, any longer than you need to for all these.
Is it an advantage of having a general contractor? They've already got the contacts with the people who do it, and maybe they can get you a better price too.
If they're buying volume, multiple jobs a year and stuff, they can pass on some discounts. Absolutely. There's definitely some more, I don't want to say pull, but you get better response from somebody who does more work than somebody who's a one-time customer generally. So it's definitely beneficial to, if you're not good at scheduling things, if you have a full-time job that you're out doing that every day, to run a remodeling job of your own or something can be difficult, can be time-consuming, and you may not get things right, and now who do you call? You have to talk to yourself about getting things fixed.
Real quick before we get to news, question about a Palmer valve. Somebody's broke off. Is that a problem?
I'd rather have one broken off than stuck shut. So if it broke off, the only problem maybe is if it's down inside. If it fell down in the drain, you should really fish it out and get it out of there so it doesn't clog your floor drain. No, probably like a pliers or your hand. Even put a glove on and reach down in there and grab it. It's just a metal disc. But a broken off one, it's not. You're not going to have that protection of a backup going up into your drain tile. I think, I'm not 100% sure, the city of Milwaukee, so Palmer valves exist in other municipalities. I think, I might be wrong about this, it might change, that the city of Milwaukee, if the plumbing inspector finds out, you have to abandon it and put in a sump crock. But like I said, I'd rather have a broken off one than one that's stuck shut, because if it's stuck shut, water's not draining out of your drain tile.
Well, David Nason is here with us. We've got an open line until 8 o'clock. So that means if you've got questions for David, this is the time to get through on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. It's 7:30, and we've got Elizabeth Linton in the WTMJ Breaking News Center, and there was a pedestrian last night that was run down.
Thanks, Libby. A pedestrian hit and killed overnight in Milwaukee. The 25-year-old was crossing the street when they were hit around 12:30 near 76 in Good Hope. They died on scene. Milwaukee police are still searching for the driver who fled the scene. Anyone with information is asked to call MPD. Police arrested a Watoma High School student after the teen threatened to shoot law enforcement. On Thursday, a call within the school revealed the 16-year-old's plan. The student's family later said guns were missing from their home. The school then went into lockdown. Officers found no weapons but took the student into custody. And FEMA aid is already making an impact after August's historic flooding in southeast Wisconsin. So far, the federal agency has distributed nearly $92 million to help with flood recovery. $82 million of that has gone to over 15,000 residents in Milwaukee County and over $8 million for 1,200 residents in Waukesha County. The U.S. Small Business Administration has also approved just over $10 million in disaster loans for business owners, homeowners, and renters. The deadline to apply to FEMA aid is November 12th. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, we're still seeing that major construction closure on I-94 heading southbound from the Zoo interchange all the way to the Hale interchange. That'll last until Monday, but other than that, no major incidents, no major delays. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, mostly sunny, high of 63. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy, low of 50. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, chance of afternoon rain, high of 64. Monday, slight chance of showers, partly sunny, high of 68. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high of 63. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high of 61. Right now in Madison, it's 39. In Waukesha, it's 42. And in Milwaukee, we've got 46 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Linton in Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:32.
Imagine waking up to the updated kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. J&J Contractors is your preferred partner in all your home renovation needs. They can transform your kitchen with beautiful new floors, custom cabinetry, and more. Dreaming of a spa-like oasis with custom tile work and fixtures? J&J Contractors will design a bathroom that leaves you feeling relaxed and rejuvenated. For your free consultation, just search online, J&J Contractors, or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
You've seen us around town, volunteering, supporting events, and showing up where it matters. At Waterstone Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. The money you deposit stays local, helping small businesses, creating jobs, and supporting home ownership. It's banking from the community for the community. Visit your local branch or WSBOnline.com to see how we're building a stronger southeastern Wisconsin, one neighbor at a time. Waterstone Bank, member FDIC.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake, tee off at the Lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind at the award-winning Caladora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen, explore stunning shores and historic landmarks, and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
The Home Inspector is here to help with all your fix-it needs. This is the Fix-It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
And welcome back. We have an open line with David this half hour. Deciding Unlimited Talk and Text line. You can get through 855-616-1620. I'm Libby Collins, and for Dayton Kane, he will be back next week. Yep. All right. We've got more questions coming in, David. So somebody just got an older ranch home with 2 courses of block exposed. They're planning on covering it next year with 2-inch styrofoam and aluminum covering. They also want to increase their grading around the house. Inside the house, I'd like to spray foam on its, from my firm joist. I don't know what
Rim
that
joist.
is. Oh, what is it?
Rim joist.
Rim
I'll
joist.
get
Oh,
into
a rim
that.
joist.
Yep.
Okay, and then do I seal the open course of block as well, or will that trap moisture on the brick wall?
Yeah. So all good stuff they're doing here. I like houses that are a little up out of the ground. My house is about 2.5, 3 feet out of the ground. I think it's great. I was just last week talking to somebody. I don't think I've ever seen a mouse in my basement. When you have exposed foundation, and ours has a plaster or parging on the outside, and then it's painted. It looks really attractive. So it doesn't have to be just concrete block exposed. But what they're talking about is putting foam on it. So a code today is that your foundation has to be insulated from the footing all the way up, even what's exposed out of the ground. So many homes, new builders are putting foam on the outside, the 2-inch foam, and then they cover it like this texter is saying with some aluminum coil to protect it, because if you don't protect the foam insulation, the ultraviolet rays of the sun will deteriorate that foam insulation, and it'll just fall apart. So you're going to cover that. That's going to allow them to raise the grade, improve the grade around the house. Again, great idea. Always want to get the water away from your house. We talk about that all the time, gutters, grading, and downspouts. So do that and everything. Then get inside and insulate that rim joist or the box sills. So if you look between your floor joists, it looks like a box up on the top of your foundation wall. Many older homes, it's just fiberglass insulation that's stuffed up there. That doesn't stop really any air leaking. So if you look at your insulation, pink insulation up there, and if it's dark or brown, black around the edges, that's not mold, it's dirt, because fiberglass insulation works very well as a filter. So if you have any air leaking, older houses, I mentioned before, my old house is drafty. Old houses are not sealed up like the newer houses are. So if you have any air leaking in around there, it's going to be filtered through that insulation. That's why the insulation looks like it does. Go ahead and take that out, spray some foam insulation in there. The last question, do I have to insulate the exposed block or the top 2 courses on the inside? No, and he's correct. You're going to trap some condensation probably between the block if you've insulated it on the outside, and now you insulate it with something on the inside. I would leave it open and exposed on the inside. Unless you're going to frame a wall and drywall it, then you could put some insulation in the wall. And like fiberglass bat, I think is fine.
All right. Sounds like they've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but it sounds like they're doing things right. Just the last thing is, probably just keep that top course open.
All right. What about somebody who purchased an older home? They had an inspection. It has rafters. The inspector said the roof has a slight saddle with two T's.
Yeah.
Settle or saddle?
I'm thinking it's like settle, maybe a sag, maybe, or something.
Okay. And they say, but the rafters are fine, and it's normal in rafters construction. The house next door was built by the same builder in 1960 with no settling. Why is that?
Yeah. So I obviously haven't seen the house, so I can't.
You weren't the inspector then?
I was not. Okay. I don't think so. So I can't say 100% sure, but from the information I'm getting, yes, rafters are lumber. Wood all acts a little bit differently. We've all seen 2x4s that, or maybe hopefully they're more than 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x8s that will twist or bow a little bit in time. Older homes, when you're probably talking about the main ridge of the house in this case, the older houses didn't actually have a ridge beam in them like we have today. Sometimes they didn't have anything. The rafters were just up to each other. Sometimes they just put a 1x board in there to hold them in place, but it really had no structural integrity. So it really could be a number of things, but most likely it's just the lumber that was used. It just something warped or twisted and affected how, or they said the same builder, but when we build things, walls and roofs and things, floors, carpenters are supposed to do something called crowning their joists or their walls, and that's basically look down the edge of them, and they're not all perfectly straight, but they should all be going the same direction. So if they have a little bit of a bow or something, they should all be going like that. Because if you don't pay attention to that, now your wall's going in and out and in and out. Now you got really crooked walls or really crooked floors and things. So it's probably okay. The only real problem would be if you have any cracked rafters, anything that's cracking, that's a problem. But if they're just sagging, bowing a little bit, maybe that house that they're looking at, maybe one time they had somebody put 2 or 3 layers of shingles on the roof. Well, now that's a lot of weight. We can put 2 layers of shingles on. We're not supposed to put 3 on, but people do it. We see it all the time. Not all the time anymore. Used to be. We really don't double up dimensional or architectural shingles anymore, but back when we had just 3-tab shingles, that was done very common. So it's hard to say for sure, but yeah, as long as the inspector didn't see any real defects, damage, or anything, it should be fine.
All right, we've got more questions coming in on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line on the Fix-It Show, 855-616-1620. We got some questions about radon. We'll get to those in just a minute. Today, it's going to be a little bit on the cloudy side, 64 for a high. Partly to mostly cloudy tonight, down to 53 for the big game between the Brewers and the Cubs. And then tomorrow, sunny and 68 for a high. We're at 49 degrees at 7:41 on WTMJ.
The people have spoken, and the results are undeniable. Ridgetop Exteriors delivers. We swept the People's Choice Awards. Best roofing, best siding, best windows, and best overall home improvement company. That's not just winning, that's setting the standard with expert craftsmanship, top materials, and service that keeps homeowners coming back. 4 categories, 4 wins, 1 name. Ridgetop Exteriors, your only choice for home exteriors. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and experience the difference today.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car is not one of them. The national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adam.com.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
This report sponsored by Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
Remember, Marty's Pizza.
Right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I have a roofing question, I contact Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958.
Thanks, Tom. Between the two of us, we've seen hundreds of failed roofs, along with the unfortunate consequences of water damage. Poor workmanship, improper product usage, lack of ventilation, inferior flashing detail, and loss of control due to subcontractors are some of the most common reasons for roofs failing. At J&B, our objective is not just to sell another roof. We want to educate our clients. When J&B's experienced sales staff achieves that goal, our roof systems sell themselves.
For a complimentary roof evaluation, call Scott at 262-437-0537 or visit jnbconstruction.com.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
If you don't know what's wrong with your house, he's here to help. This is the Fix-It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
And we've got an open line this hour. Eric Brown from Siding Unlimited is going to join us in the 8 o'clock hour. I'm Libby Collinson for Dayton Kane. Get more questions. Let's see. How about radon?
Radon. Still gas.
Elaine says she has a radon system and a battery backup for her sump pump. She wants to know, when should she replace that battery? How long will it last?
Yeah, so battery backup systems on some pumps should be on like a trickle charger. I don't know if you've ever heard of that term.
What is a trickle charger?
So you probably heard of a battery charger, or
Sure.
you've seen somebody's battery, or so a trickle charge. A battery charger, usually you can set them either to put like 2 amps.
Mhm.
I have one. Mine has a 2 amp setting or a 10 amp setting. If I wanted to charge the battery slowly, like my boat battery, if I'm say next spring, if I'm thinking ahead, I'm going to put my battery charger on my boat battery at 2 amps and just slowly get it back up to full charge. If I'm in a hurry, I'm going out tomorrow on my boat and I know my battery's on, I'm going to put it up on 10 amps and give it that charge and everything. A trickle charger is something you can leave on a battery, and a lot of guys will just do it on their boat when they park their boat and they plug in their trickle charger, and it just gives it just the smallest amount of charge, and it's really to maintain, or it might be called a battery maintainer. And if your battery's charged up, it's just going to constantly give it, because a battery, if left, just discharges. It's just a car battery or something. It just slowly discharges. So that trickle charger or maintainer will keep a little bit of a charge on it. So a battery backup system on your sump pump should have something like that. So it's always got a charge. But the other reality is that batteries don't last forever. I had somebody this week, their battery backup system failed, and they found out their battery was about 15 years old. Well, that's if it worked a little bit, it probably ran out of juice very quickly. So your car batteries, we're usually changing them every 4 to 5 years. Probably not a bad idea to be replacing your backup system in that time frame as well.
Well, that comes to our next question, because they want to know if someone was getting a new radon mitigation system installed, would it make sense to replace a 45-year-old sump pump first?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
45 years seems like it's an old sump pump.
That's pretty good. Maybe it's a Jim Murray pump up out of, they're up in Germantown or Menominee Falls, Jim Murray, JMI pumps, very good brand of pumps. But still, 45 years is beyond its expected life. So absolutely, if you're going to seal up that crock, that's the time to do it. Most mitigation companies will offer that service. Hey, if we're going to change the system around when I'm doing an inspection and I'm looking at the sump crock and everything, and we're doing a radon test also, and if we don't, like, hey, if the results are high, this has got to change. Maybe you have an old pedestal pump or a real crusty submersible pump. I was like, now's the time let's just do it all right, get a new pump in there, have it all sealed up, then you're probably good for 10, 15 years at least on that pump. But pumps also like to run. So sometimes some people are like, my pump never runs. Great. You should pour water in there every once in a while, maybe once a year at least, and flood that crock to make that pump work. You want it to
just to test it.
Yeah, just to make sure it works. And not just, some of them have a bypass system where you can unplug the plugs and pump in the pump and you can hear it go. You want it to actually pump water. You got to make it do what it's supposed to do.
We've had these questions about radon mitigation systems. Should every house in this area have one?
There is no safe level of radon. So that's my answer. Should every house have one? The EPA has set an action level of 4.0 picocuries per liter for if you do a test. Other countries have lower levels. I think Canada might be 2.7. So, and they relate the level of picocuries to how many cigarettes, you smoke a day, kind of. It's a carcinogen type thing. So I can't make that decision for everybody, but I'll just say every house, whether you have a basement, whether you have an exposed basement, whether you have a concrete slab, whether you have a crawl space, if your house is connected to the ground, this building that we're looking out into here, there's going to be some radon in this building here. It comes up out of the ground, and when we close up the building, commercial buildings ventilate a little better, but sometimes that can make things worse. But there's radon in every building around here, and southeastern Wisconsin generally has higher levels in some areas. But I would say everybody should do a test. Absolutely.
All right.
January is Radon Action Awareness Month, so you should at least do a test.
We've got David Nason here. We've got a couple more minutes of open lines for you if you want to get through on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line 855-616-1620. It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
The Fix-It Show live stream and podcast are brought to you by J&J Contractors. Visit jjcontractorsllc.com or phone 414-423-9200 for your free consultation. J&J Contractors, welcome home.
Networks, streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. But where did the concept originate? We may be biased, but we think these big wigs found their inspiration for plus at Hasseless Mattress. Hasseless showrooms are employee-free. Give your mattress a try with no pushy sales guy. Plus, our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393. Plus, unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup. Plus, free haul away and disposal of your old mattress. Plus, 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit. Plus, a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Plus, a ruggedly handsome spokesman with a smooth radio voice. Get all this, plus a whole lot more when you shop at Hasseless Mattress. Or maybe we should change our name to Hasseless Plus. Nah. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasseless.com.
Up for a game? Potawatomi Sportsbook is right there with you. For all international games and matches, the Midwest's best sportsbook opens early. Place your bets, kick back, and enjoy the show on an absolutely enormous video wall. Then grab a cold one, along with food from the menu packed with flavor. Not up for watching the game, but still want in on the action? You can wager on any sport, anytime, at quick service kiosks. Bet above the rest at Potawatomi Sportsbook.
I know why you continue to live in pain. It's because you don't believe anything can be done to help. Maybe you bought into something and you've been burned before. I mean, your skepticism, it's understandable. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and here we use powerful, anti-inflammatory, and cushioning pharmacological medicines to ease your pain. They're FDA approved, and most medical insurance is going to pay for our treatments, including Medicare and Medicaid. And that's the litmus test. Because if insurance has shown to cover the cost of many of our patients' treatments, you can be sure it's valid medicine. It's not a biological treatment considered experimental or some new gimmick that's trying to hook you. The Rejuvenex approach to pain relief is legitimate. It helps to alleviate pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. And from what we've seen, it gives people a new lease on their lives. Call today, and there's a good chance we'll see you tomorrow.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Your own personal handyman. This is the Fix-It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
And David, we've got more questions on that Siding Unlimited talk and text line. Somebody wants to know, is there a sump pump that runs just on a battery?
Well, a backup system, what we call a battery backup system, if you didn't have one that plugged in, it probably,
could you use that
it's not going to last
instead?
long.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's not going to last long enough. Even with a charger on it, it's just not going to last long enough. Well, maybe it doesn't run very often, but I don't see how that makes any sense. It really should be. If your house has to have electricity, whether it's electricity coming from We Energies or you're off the grid and you're generating your own solar power, it's still electricity. So you should be plugging a pump in somewhere, right?
So you're saying one should be hardwired?
Plugged in, yeah, plugged into the electrical system in your house.
Okay,
not relying just on a battery.
Would you ever have a sump pump though without that backup?
A lot of people don't have them.
You'd
be surprised.
But don't you think you? To me, it's always something I feel better about.
Yeah, ask Danny Clayton whether or not he would ever not have one. Danny always, I think he's done a lot of work on his foundation and everything. And if he's listening, he probably could chime in on this. But he's got a kind of a lower yard, and he always had, a rainy night would keep him up and everything. But he's corrected things. Accurate, I think, did some work on their basement and corrected things. But yeah, a lot of people just would never, ever not have one. I don't have a sump crock in my basement. My house is really old. I don't have drain tile around my basement, so I don't go figure. I think a lot of it.
Do you ever get water?
No.
Well, some people are in because your elevation and your.
I'm up a little higher. I mentioned my house is a little bit out of the
Yeah.
ground. I'm out, Condom Walk near the lake. It's a gravelly, sandy soil. I mean, you're in Milwaukee here where we got a lot of clay. If you don't have good grading and such, that can be a problem. Especially as you go up towards like the Root River Parkway and and everything, that can be a problem up into Wauwatosa. Maybe that's not the Root River Parkway, whatever parkway that is. Going up there, we got some really bad soils up in that area. If you live
West
up there,
Dallas,
you know
around there. Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you're in an area, you go outside of the southeast of Wisconsin, you get other parts of the state out west where almost everything's sand. It's like, why do we even have a sump pump? I mean, the water just drains away like nothing. But
All right, one last question here before we've got to get to news. Somebody was walking around their house yesterday. They noticed the foundation between mulch and cement board. There was an extra coating about an inch thick and about 5 feet long, like concrete on top of regular strip of foundation. It's become loose in an area. They can stick their finger in there to push it down. It feels soft, not wet. What's the issue?
if this is on the outside of the house, it sounds like what we were talking about before, where they had foam insulation on the outside of the house with a kind of a cement coating, this parging coating on the outside. And if the that foam insulation has absorbed some water, it sounds like that's possible. It's probably not a big problem. This water isn't going to get into your foundation that bad, but that's always been a tough one. Who do you call to fix something like that? And I've never, unfortunately, had a good repair company for that.
Speaking of calling, if somebody wants to get their house inspected, how do they get a hold of you?
262-443-8958 or bestinspectionsllc.com. I'm unfortunately out. I'm scheduled out a ways, but yes, if you want to give me a call and we can talk.
All right. David Nason's going to continue with our conversation on the Fix It Show right after the news. And joining us is going to be Eric Brown from Siding Unlimited. And the Fix It Show is sponsored by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction.
This has been The Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
Hey, freshly retired WTMJ morning show host Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. We've talked over the years about the hometown difference. What's that all about? Well, it's about their huge new Berlin showroom featuring name brands like Pella, Marvin, and more, all on display. It's almost like a private home show, giving you the opportunity to compare your options side by side. And when you work with Hometown, you also get a dedicated project consultant to guide you to the products that best fit your home, your style, and your budget, as well as Hometown's own employee carpenters to handle the job. Now's a great time to lock in your price and take advantage of the savings by investing in your home's equity today. Take the hassle out of your next window or door upgrade. Contact Hometown today. Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. 414-329-1200 or online at hometownwindows.com.
The Wisconsin retirement system impacts over 690,000 people, including police, firefighters, teachers, and UW employees. Join Annex Wealth Management and WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for a free webinar. Understand your WRS potential on Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Learn how your WRS pension fits into your financial portfolio and planning. The Annex Financial Planning team is experienced with WRS pensions and holistic financial planning. Register at annexwealth.com/events. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive a free motor for your automated awning with your order. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
It all comes down to this.
And it's win or go home time in the 4-1-4.
The Brewers and Cubs face off in a do-or-die matchup in Game 5 of the NLDS.
1-1 is a fly ball deep left field. This is way back. Bye-bye baseball.
Our Brewers Radio Network coverage starts tonight at 6:30. October runs through the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 47 degrees in Milwaukee. Today, mostly sunny, high of 63. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy, low of 50. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Elizabeth Lintonen. The Trump administration is making good on its threat to fire thousands of federal workers during the government shutdown. Those who still have jobs received their last paychecks yesterday until the federal government reopens, including members of the military. Nikita Fowler's husband has served in the Navy for nearly 19 years.
Do we have enough money to fill the tank so that we can drive them to soccer practice? Or is this something where we have to save the gas money so that my husband can have enough to drive to work every day? Because he's still required to go every day, even though he's not being paid.
The government shutdown will stretch into next week with no end in sight. A pedestrian hit and killed overnight in Milwaukee. The 25-year-old was crossing the street when they were hit around 12:30 near 76 and Good Hope. They died on the scene. Milwaukee police are still searching for the driver who fled the scene. Anyone with information is asked to call MPD. The family of a man killed by an off-duty Milwaukee police officer acknowledges the officer's actions were justified. Elijah Wilkes was shot and killed by the officer following a car accident near 49th and Mill Road Thursday. B. Ivory Lamar is representing Wilkes' family and says he and the family have viewed the video footage of the shooting.
I don't think I've ever come before and did a press conference and said this, but we will acknowledge that we do believe that this officer-involved shooting was justified.
The off-duty officer is still recovering from injuries after Milwaukee police say Wilkes struck the officer with a gun in the face before firing shots. Use of the National Guard in cities like Chicago has Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul worried for future elections. Kaul tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News that moves made by the White House are unprecedented in U.S. history.
This is a real concern to our liberty. It's fundamentally inconsistent with anything we have seen throughout the course of American history. There have been rare occasions when there have been deployments that the president puts into place of National Guard troops, but they've been in truly exceptional circumstances.
Kaul says actions by the White House to take power away from local governments and Congress have been exceedingly alarming. The final showdown between the Brewers and Cubs takes place tonight at American Family Field. Brewers manager Pat Murphy says performances by the Cubs have been impressive the last two games, but it ends right here in Milwaukee.
Have to be ready. Now, the Cubs are, again, they were picked to win the league. I keep saying that, they were picked to win the league 2 years in a row. They got the team that can do it. They happen to be playing good over the last two games. If you evaluated the first two games, you'd say, ooh, they're in trouble. So they're a good team. They bounce back. And then it's our job to bounce back again and win this series and move forward.
Game 5 coverage of the NLDS begins today at 4 right here on WTMJ. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:03.
Sponsored by AccuNet Mortgage.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
After writing 3 unsuccessful offers, Brenda decided to make a no-regrets offer on this next property. She offered $35,000 over asking and promised to complete the purchase even if the appraised value came in as much as $25,000 below the accepted offer price. Why? Because she was tired of losing, and because her AccuNet loan consultant showed her that even in her worst-case scenario, no additional money would be needed at closing, and her payment, which on this home was much more affordable than others she wrote offers on, would only increase by $17 a month. Brenda's no-regrets offer, backed up by a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet, was accepted over several others. And wouldn't you know, the appraised value came in at the significantly higher than asking purchase price, which happens 9 out of 10 times in our experience. If you or someone you know wants help understanding what a no-regrets pre-approval might look like, get started by clicking on the blue button at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
More fiber and laxatives, eh?
Who are you?
I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers face off against the Cubs tonight in the 5th game of the NLDS. They lost against the Cubs 6-0 on Thursday. The series is currently tied 2-2. They play at 7:08 at American Family Field. Additionally, the Packers play the Bengals tomorrow at 3:25. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, we have a major construction closure on I-41 heading southbound from the Zoo interchange all the way to the Hale interchange. But other than that, no major incidents and no major delays.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, mostly sunny, high of 63. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy, low of 50. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, chance of afternoon rain, high of 64. Monday, slight chance of showers, partly sunny, high of 68. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high of 63. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high of 61 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 41. In Green Bay, it's 47. In Waukesha, it's 45. And in Milwaukee, we've got 47 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 8:06.
This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. Need help around the house? Even the handiest do-it-yourselfer needs an extra hand sometimes. Let Home Inspector David Nason help you out during The Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Show is sponsored by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction. I'm Libby Collins, and for Dayton Kane, along with David Nason.
I'm back.
You are back. And joining us this hour is Eric Brown from Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Yeah.
Eric, it is
Hi,
always
Eric.
great to see you.
Good morning. Yeah, good to be here. Good to be here. Excited for a big day today.
Yes. Big night, yes.
Usually when
you're a
there's
baseball fan, I think, right?
Usually when there's something going on with baseball in this town, we do a
about
little
it.
chat about
Yeah,
it if
right.
I'm on the show. But I think let's get after it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. Like, let's go tonight. We're gonna win. Like, calling it out. Like, what do I have to lose?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I don't want to see a game like last night between Seattle and Detroit. 15 innings. And,
did you stay up?
Until about 13. I was like, okay, I'm getting up early in the morning, so I'm
So our you're a baseball fan and I was born and raised southeastern Wisconsin. Like, this is home. This is Brewers are our team. All of that. But sometimes you have a second team, third team, fourth team, and there's things in life that allow you to that pick up. All right, there's my AL team. The Tigers are my family's AL team. 'Cause my dad's originally from the UP, so he was a Tiger fan, but then Packers all day.
Sure.
And then he moved down to Milwaukee and raised us and all that. So I stayed up, and that was painful to watch.
Yeah.
So I can't. I'm not willing to accept the defeat like last night as a Tiger fan with our Milwaukee Brewers.
So what was worse? And I know we're talking baseball again. We did a little bit. So what was worse? The way Seattle beat Detroit in 15 innings, they ground it out and everything, or the way the Phillies lost with that error. Oh, I feel so bad for the pitcher. That was. That was just a bad play. Just pressure.
I mean, losing in the playoffs just sucks regardless of it. And that's why it's October baseball. It's the best. It's the best. I think best baseball of the year. I don't think that's in question.
No.
But I think it's the best of all sports. Maybe some of the golf championships like the Masters, the U.S. Open, stuff like the Ryder Cup was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, the loss was horrible, but the competition.
Yeah.
But October baseball is absolutely, I think, number one in sports. And the Brewers got to pull it off tonight.
Yeah.
I haven't seen probable starters. I brought it up here on ESPN.
Who do you think?
I don't know if he goes
to put Priester back in, or
no. I think they would rely on him later. I think him and Miz later rely on him. I thought I thought Murph was a genius with how he handled a young pitcher in game 2.
Yeah.
Bringing Miz in after a couple guys.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Just to give him a chance to breathe a little bit and not be a starter.
Yeah.
Like, that's tough. And Priestler he's a young dude as well. He's young. He's 20. I think he's 25 years old. So he's young, but a little more experience to start. Started a few more games this year and has been in the league a little bit longer.
I think it makes so much sense
longer.
bringing Miz out of the bullpen, because you got the guys throwing all this stuff, and then you got somebody throwing heat 103, 104 miles an hour. I mean, just the change has got to just freak a batter out.
And the emotion he brings. I mean, he's so young, and he's playing like Murph has these guys. This is why I'm confident they're going to win tonight. I don't believe in jinxes, suspicions, all that. I just call it out, all in, like everybody else in Milwaukee. But what I really love about Murph and what he's done this year with this team, the last 2 years now, is that he gets grown men. Miz is 22 years old, young, but he's 22 years old. But he's got guys in their 20s, early 30s, some of them, and they're playing like 12-year-olds. Like if you can do that, those are the teams that win. Those are the teams that they say are just destined for it. And if he can get those, if the crowd gets into it, which they will, I think the players will buy in again. We'll get that momentum back that we lost at Wrigley. I think that was a Wrigley thing. I don't think that was a Cubs thing. I don't want to give Cubs any credit.
No, the Brewers looked a little flat, I think, on Friday night.
And I think that was a Wrigley thing.
Not Thursday night.
I think that's Wrigleyville. They have that's why they get two. But home field advantage in baseball is it's such an advantage, not just with the fans, the momentum that the fans can bring, the energy that the players feed off of that. You hear that all the time, but they bat last.
Yeah.
That's a huge advantage in baseball. I don't know. Is that enough? That's a rant.
That's good. You're still here, Libby.
Brewers extra inning.
Yeah, right.
With Eric Brown, David Nason. Well, what we are going to talk about, though, is things like
roofing, siding,
my day job.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The things that pays the bill and get you the tickets that you could get into the park, right? So, Eric, what are some of the questions you're getting right now from people calling Siding Unlimited?
So today, I've got a few stories to talk about, a few things to talk about today. But the things that people are asking right now, obviously, are weather dependent. We're up against winter.
All in winter, yeah.
We're starting to feel it a little bit. Like this is probably September weather, the 60 degrees the last few days that we're feeling in October. So it's been pushed deep into the season. The nice weather we've been taking advantage of, and maybe we can squeeze a little bit more out. But I mean, it's inevitable. Again, I don't believe in jinxes, superstitions, or anything like that. Winter is on its way. Like, it's going to come. It's going to show up.
Seems to happen every year.
Every year. We can count on it. And so those are the questions. Those are the types of things that we're talking about. We're getting questions on. And people are calling. We got to get this done. So.
Well, and it's that time of year, obviously. And if you've got questions, we've got Eric Brown here from Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited. Also, David Nason is here. I'm Libby Collins, and we've got a line open for you on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. It is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bride.
I wanted to get my frustration out because after sitting there watching all that stuff, I'm like, I've learned nothing.
What do you think should happen? Like, who do you blame right now?
I blame both sides.
But what's the solution? How do they move forward? Who is it beholden on to come up with a deal to get the 7 votes that they need in the Senate?
Someone other than Hakeem Jeffries, Speaker Mike Johnson, or John Thune.
Chuck
Schumer. Someone other than them taking leadership. They're fools.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ.
Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, is here in the Fix It Show studio today, reminding WTMJ listeners to double-check your home. We're going to talk about that some more. Just a simple homeowner visual inspection can be the proactive step you need to preserve your home and save on bigger repairs. Siding Unlimited is the proven exterior professionals for 31 years, family-owned and family-owned locally right here, operated in Wisconsin. National and local awards proving that Siding Unlimited will deliver peace of mind. If you're proactive with replacing your windows, siding, roofing, and doors, call Siding Unlimited or visit sidingunlimited.com.
Well, now that the time is right and you're ready to make it happen, I can tell you this. We've installed hundreds of all-glass shower enclosures, and the one thing customers like best about them is that they have virtually no framework, and that's a positive on a number of levels. First off, the less framework you have, the easier your cleanup is going to be. And secondly, when you have virtually no framework on your all-glass shower enclosure, not only does the glass show well, but it also allows for the beautiful tile work that a lot of folks are having done these days to be a real aesthetic focal point. And when we install your all-glass shower enclosure with nearly maintenance-free shower guard glass, you're going to be cleaning it less and enjoying it a whole lot more. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris go inside Bucks training camp. Find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10K for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
From big fixes to do-it-yourself projects, this is The Fix It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
And joining us this hour is Eric Brown from Siding Unlimited. And of course, if you've got some questions, Siding Unlimited talk and text line is open, 855-616-1620. All right, it doesn't have to do with siding or windows or roofing, but somebody wanted to know, would this be a good day to paint their house, Eric?
I'm gonna defer to the paint manufacturer and what they say on the can as far as temperatures go. But I know, Dave, we were talking about this, and yeah, I mean, if everything is clean and primed and ready to go, like you could, I would start that project early in the morning to give it enough dry time, because overnight it's getting cooler now.
Yeah, and you're right. It's as with anything, it's prep work.
Yeah.
So you don't want to just go out and start painting your house. It should have been cleaned. You should have caulked. You know, it's as long as it's not freezing. A lot of the paint, like you said, manufactured, but a lot of the paints now go down to like 38 degrees or something.
Yeah, I've seen 40 degrees.
Yeah.
And that does come across, like we don't paint houses. Like if you're looking to side your house, reside it, that's us.
Mm-hmm.
But the products that we use are paintable products, and LP Smart Side is a product that we've used. We've talked about on the show. We use it quite a bit. We've been using it for about 17, 18 years and have had a lot of success with the product. It is a painted product, and there are situations where homeowners or builders might buy it primed and then have it field coated, field painted. And that's, someone that's selling the house or it's their own. That's the way they want to do the project. And then the way we do it is that if you order the siding with us and we're going to re-side your house, we have a third-party pre-finish. It's a pre-finish company that paints the siding, and they paint it in a controlled atmosphere in their warehouse, and they have equipment that's millions of dollars, not just a sprayer that they picked up at a big box store that weekend for their weekend project. But now we can get into warranties. And so if you just grab a brush and a paint can and slap some paint on over the weekend, save a bunch of money. That's true. But if you don't prep it, you have the dirt that you're painting over. A lot of times, like if a company installs primed siding and then paint it afterwards, which we do not do, the oils from your skin from the installers gets on the surface, and they paint over that, and so you're just having an issue. All right, well now, will this paint last 4 or 5 years?
All the dirt in the air, the pollen that's in the air, all this stuff, moisture.
Yeah. And if you're up against the season. Like I said, if I'm painting my house today, I'm getting after it early in the morning, because if that doesn't dry in time, if I finish up at 6 p.m. tonight as it's getting dark, now the next 4 hours are what's really critical in paint drying. Now you're looking at 8, 9, 10 o'clock, where it might be
later in the day. That side that's been in shade all day is probably pretty cold.
Yeah,
or
the surface.
not cold, cool.
Yep. So here's what I'm wondering about siding. Will you have a longer lasting finish if you just go ahead and let your color come directly from the manufacturer, rather than getting the kind that you're going to paint and you're going to take care of? Let them do it at the factory. Will it last longer that way?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So there's a couple different styles or ways to go about it. There are companies, installers, like if you're getting your house re-sided and you start calling different names that you hear on the radio, and we have a lot of competition on the station, you have to still do your due diligence and find out, okay, well, what's the value of the paint finish they're using? Because most companies, most of my competition, use a paint facility or paint finish that has a 10 or a 15-year warranty on it. The stuff we use has a 30-year warranty on it. And, I even go off of like, all right, well, warranties are pretty much specific to the country. All over. And so our environment in the Midwest and in Wisconsin is much different than maybe in Kentucky, Georgia, Texas, Arizona, all around the country. So if it's based off of like averages, stuff like that, I figure, well, whatever the warranty is, maybe we get close to it. So 15 years might be 12 years. And then you start seeing some failure. And if you try to, after 12 years, the warranties may have diminished to a point where you're really not getting much out of it, versus a 30-year warranty, and now we take maybe 3 years off of that, you're still getting 27 years up against Wisconsin's harsh weather. So even if it doesn't make it all the way to the warranty, our 30-year warranty is going to still, by far, pass up our competition.
You may have some questions about siding. Maybe you've got it about roofing, gutters, windows. We've got Eric Brown here from Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited. And if you want to talk with him, our number is open right now at 855-616-1620. You can call us or you can text us on The Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. The staff is deeply committed to providing a welcoming and engaging environment for everyone at every level. Learn the right way to handle firearms, level up your skills, and experience replica firearms from different historical eras while learning about their role in protecting our freedoms throughout history. Visit veteran-owned and managed Mission 94 in Kenosha today. Check out the 5-star reviews. Just Google Mission 94.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Manchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car is not one of them. The national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adam.com.
It all comes down to this.
And it's win or go home time Saturday night in the 414.
It's Game 5 of the NLDS back home in Milwaukee.
1-1 is a fly ball deep left field. This is way back. Bye-bye baseball.
The Brewers and Cubs face off in a do-or-die matchup. Our Brewers Radio Network coverage starts tonight at 6:30. October runs through the home of the Brewers, WTMJ. Get home advice from the guy who inspects them for a living. Back to the Fix-It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
David's here. I'm Libby Collins in for Dayton Kane, and we have Eric Brown from Siding Unlimited. Eric, I want to follow up a little bit on what we were talking about before the break, and that was you're talking about that 30-year warranty that you have on the siding. And what about cost comparables? I mean, if you really break it down, where do you stand when you're having something with that much longer of a warranty versus a shorter warranty?
Yeah, and I'm not afraid to talk about price. I think some people might want to run from that or anything like that. It's like, no, we take that head on just like any other question. I mean, that's always a concern is well, what are you? And we sometimes, because of how we advertise, we sometimes get people, well, you're the most expensive guys out there. And we're not. I mean, we're not the cheapest. I don't think like we'd fall right in the middle. I think we would be a little above middle and below some of the expensive guys in town. So I think we have a fair price. But there's comparisons nonetheless. And I think, Dave, in the first hour when I was driving in, I think we talked a little bit about the do-it-yourselfer, and you got to weigh the cost of, like whether you really want to take on that task or not.
Yeah.
Or pay somebody to do it. And so when we talk about the costs, and it's like, well, now the homeowner has some options and some ideas, but going to the paint store, picking up some paint, I mean, to paint the house might be a couple $1,000s worth of product, depending on the size of the house. And then it's sweat equity. It's what you whatever time you want to put in.
But it's also a little bit of what's the result you're going to get.
Well, and then you mentioned in the last hour, not just the result, but if you don't get the favorable result, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Right. And I want to add to that is, do you want to answer to your wife? Because marriage is stressful enough sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I've got a good one.
Or stand in front of your house and your realtor looks at you and goes, "What happened here?
I can't sell this.
I can't sell this. Yeah, what did you do?
This is the first thing they're going to see when they walk up to the house.
Now, we're not picking on everybody. It's just we're just joking around.
Just the bad painters.
The vast majority of people know how to do work. So.
Yeah. No, if you have the time and you want to and you have the care and you have the patience, go ahead and do it. I don't have the patience to paint. That's one thing I don't. I'll side a house. I'll roof a house. I do windows. Like personally, I'll do all of that. I love it. I don't have the patience to paint. I just don't. Like for whatever reason.
Me neither. My wife loves painting, but I don't.
But in the last break we talked, or before the break, we talked about the 15-year paint finish. So now you're into the world of, okay, I'm going to hire somebody, and this company's doing a 15-year, and we talked about, okay, well, if maybe that lasts 12 years, but if you got a quote from somebody to paint your house, because we see that quite a bit. And painting now, it's not unusual to see a $15,000 quote to paint a house. It seemed like it wasn't that long ago. It was $5,000 or $6,000, and now it's like $12,000, $15,000 to paint the house. But on the flip side, our prices have gone up, and my competition's prices have gone up. And we start looking at the 15-year finish on a siding product, and it's beautiful siding. The LP done right looks absolutely gorgeous. But then is it going to last? And then if you are looking at repainting 12 years from now, if it's $15,000 to repaint now because you got that quote, 12 years from now, minimum probably is going to be around $20,000. And then you look at us installing a 30-year paint finish, which is going to last a lot longer, and we might be $5,000 to $10,000, $8,000 to $10,000, something like that, more with a 30-year finish versus the company with the 15-year finish. So you start weighing those, and it's like, okay, the value play is with Siding Unlimited. And you just got to weigh those options.
And how do we get in touch with you, Eric?
You can call the office, 262-567-4513, sidingunlimited.com. You can go to Siding Unlimited LLC on our Instagram page. Like, we're not here to hide. You can get a hold of us.
And Eric is going to be here for another half hour, too, if you want to give him a call on our Siding Unlimited talk and text line, 855-616-1620. It is 8:30, and we have Elizabeth Linton in the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Liz?
Thanks, Libby. The man accused of putting super glue into his coworker's soda avoids jail time. 35-year-old Joseph Ross pleaded guilty to one felony charge of placing foreign objects in edibles. Prosecutors say a woman working at State Fair Park noticed a strong chemical smell coming from her open drinks on her desk. She was also getting sick after drinking them. That's when she set up a hidden camera and captured Ross adding a substance to her drink, which turned out to be super glue. A judge stayed Ross a sentence of 18 months in jail, placing him on probation for 3 years instead. Crime has seen an overall decline this year in Milwaukee, as found in the third quarterly report from the Milwaukee Police Department. Compared to 2024, the number of aggravated assaults declined by over 1,000 plus cases. Carjacking numbers also decreased by 200 cases, while robberies declined by nearly 500 incidents. Although there were declines across the board, there have been increases in homicides and human trafficking. Police reported 8 additional homicides and 5 more cases of human trafficking found in the city compared to last year. A pedestrian hit and killed overnight in Milwaukee. The 25-year-old was crossing the street when they were hit around 12:30 near 76 and Good Hope. They died on the scene. Milwaukee police are searching for the driver that fled the scene. Anyone with information is asked to call MPD. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, we have a major construction closure on I-41 from the Zoo interchange all the way down to the Hale interchange heading southbound. But other than that, no major incidents, no major delays at this time.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, mostly sunny, high of 63. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy, low of 50. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, chance of afternoon rain, high of 64. Monday, slight chance of showers, partly sunny, high of 68. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high of 63. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high of 61. Right now in Madison, it's 44. In Waukesha, it's 46. And in Milwaukee, we're rocking at 49 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Linton, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 8:32.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's been almost 70 years, and Marty's Pizza is still going strong in Delafield.
Hey, you keep the pizza tasty, and our loyal fans will keep on coming.
I think Marty's Pizza can hang right up there with anyone.
100% real mozzarella cheese because we just can't skimp. The freshest veggies, and a sauce recipe that's Hall of Fame worthy.
And our crust? I never see anyone throwing our crust away.
Remember Marty's Pizza right off of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield, because it's delicious. You know, James, we'll be running this place together for a while, and one day, hopefully, you and your kids will be doing the same.
That's the plan, Dad. And we're making changes so we stay ahead of the game.
Like the new Marty's Pizza Delafield.com?
We've made it extremely easy for both our young and older customers to make fast online orders.
It is really convenient, but if you like to call your orders in, a friendly Marty's Pizza employee will be there to answer with a smile.
Remember Marty's Pizza, right off of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
And at marty'spizza.delafield.com.
You don't have to do it yourself, but now you can. Welcome back to the Fix It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
And welcome back. The final half hour of the Fix It Show. David Nason's here. I'm Libby Collins in for Dayton Kane. And we've got Eric Brown from Siding Unlimited. And most importantly, we have your questions on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line. 855-616-1620. Let's go to Shawano and talk to Dick. Hi, Dick. Good morning. You're on the Fix It Show.
Thanks for taking my call. We're renovating a ranch built in 1955 that I grew up in. It's got the original siding. We're planning on putting LP Smart siding on it. And I want to ask Eric, I know he's been doing LT for a long time. What kind of problems have you had over the years, especially with the early installs and stuff that's seen a lot of weather? We're on the river facing west, and we get a lot of harsh winds. And I should let you know that we're using the Duracoat that comes from Wausau Supply.
Do they have the Diamond Coat?
Or Diamond Coat,
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. So we use Diamond Coat finish as well. So that's the 30-year warranty that we were talking about. So I like that. I like the finish on it. It really holds up against the weather for sure. And they've handled I think we've only had like a couple warranty issues on it, and they've handled it like pros. Like they've done a really nice job backing up their product. As far as long as it's like the big thing with LP is that it has to be installed properly, flashed properly, sealed properly. If you do all of the right things as far as install goes, and it's finished properly. Like Diamond Coat, I would say is the proper finish. I'm not a fan of anything else, to be honest with you. Then that's going to give you your best success. If it's installed improperly, meaning that any of the cut edges that aren't sealed, now anytime you cut a piece of product, you're compromising it. So you have to get that back up to speed. So when you seal the edges, now you take that compromise away from the product. Now you've solved that problem. So any corners that you put on the wall, especially at the bottom, where when the water runs down, when rain runs down and it wicks at the bottom before it drips off, you want to seal that.
But also clearances to other surfaces.
Yep.
To your roof, to the ground, everywhere. Clearances, I think, are one of the really big issues.
Yeah.
When the stuff's put right down in contact with surfaces.
Yeah. If you look at your house after a rain and see what's the slowest to dry out, like that's going to be where things are going to wick up the most. And you have to give clearance above shingles, but where water's going to sit, but follow the instructions. If you go online and follow the LP Smart Side instructions, you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. You have the right finish on the product. Just use the right care. And LP Smart Side, a little history. Louisiana Pacific is the LP. They came out with Inner Seal back in the 80s. I love this story because it shows a failure to a success story. And if you Google images of LP Inner Seal, you're going to see epic failures of what looks like Smart Side. Like it looks like the same product, but it's a completely different composition. And they went back to formula after a major failure. If you include changing the formula, changing how they make it, and the class action lawsuit that they had with Inner Seal back in the 80s, it was close to $1 billion of of a cost that LP took on. But then they knew they're in the right direction. So then they came out with SmartSide, introducing marine grade like glues to it, and just a better solution as far as how they make it, manufacture it, and how it protects up against moisture. And now since I think they rolled it out in like 95, 96 is when SmartSide came out. And if it's installed right, they don't have an issue. If it's installed wrong, where you don't give it a chance to expand a little bit, so you have to give it a 3/16 gap on the seams, and flash that behind the seams. Don't caulk the seams. But if you install it the right way, you'll have success.
Thanks a lot, Dick, for your call. And if you want to get through, you can, let's say we've got a line open, 855-616-1620. By the way, Eric, if somebody's got questions about siding, and I know you said that you do use the LP, how do they reach you? How do we get a hold of you?
Yeah, if you're looking to reside your house, or even if you have questions, 262, our office is 262-567-4513. Come into our showroom. The best way to really get your questions answered is to set up an appointment to come into the showroom. You'll have one-on-one attention with one of our team members. You can pop into our showroom during the day, normal business hours, from 8 to 5 o'clock Monday through Friday. We are in the showroom until noon today, so you can pop in.
Do you have some of the samples of the siding?
We have samples of our siding, and we have samples of the competition's siding. So you can do a side-by-side comparison, and we'll take you through all the stories. We're coming up on the end of 31 years. So next year is 32 years for Siding Unlimited. Aaron, my brother, and I are partners, are co-business owners, and we've been a part of every year. This is what we were raised in, this business. So we have a lot of history behind us. It was wild. 27 years ago, 29 years ago, we were selling we were trying to get away from selling, like people would see our youth and be like, I'm going to trust my house and this kid,
the young guy,
and the young guy. And that's not the case anymore. And we were good then. We did it. We have got a lot of repeat customers, but now we've got a lot of experience as well.
Eric Brown's here from Siding Unlimited, and we'll take more of your calls and texts, including somebody's got a woodpecker problem. We'll talk about that. It's all I had on the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Ben, why are you wearing a lab coat? I'm conducting a highly sensitive experiment, Arvid.
Here, at Penny Mustard.
Obviously, Nicole. What's going on? We've seen a significant uptick in the number of gasping customers.
Gasping?
I've isolated the gasping to this 12-foot radius.
Well, of course. This is where we display the Joni sofa.
Now that's a gasp-worthy sofa.
The Joni sofa's sophisticrafted fortress frame construction makes it as strong as a tank.
When you pair it with our high-quality foam and hundreds of fabric and leather options, you get an incredibly durable, yet surprisingly supple sofa.
Was that you?
Oh no, it's contagious. The Joni sofa, starting at just $80 a month, with no interest until October of 2027, through October 19th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com. Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
For your fellow fanatics and your #1 fans. For your game day compatriots and your everyday companions. For your personal cheerleaders and your personal heroes. For the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Learn more at deltadentalwi.com today.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
At Aug Prep North, we know the only way to build the future is on the foundation of excellence and faith. Aug Prep North, built for academic, artistic, and athletic excellence, made for more. Learn more at augprep.org.
It's like you don't want to even do anything anymore. You lay in bed in the morning, putting off the pain. You put off your workouts. put off your walks. And yard work, that's just not even an option anymore. As we speak, pain is taking away more and more from your life. And unless you take action, it's going to get worse. And that's no way to live. Not when there's a Rejuvenex clinic nearby. Because the power of Toradol, joined with the wonder of hyaluronic acid, can alleviate your pain. And it can allow you to start living your life again. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. At as low as $65 per injection per joint, Rejuvenex treatments are affordable. They're FDA approved. And in many cases, our patients pay nothing at all. Because insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, pay for them. If your pain just won't go away, you should call Rejuvenex today.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Google reviews will tell you it's worth a try.
Don't just settle with home annoyances. Fix them. It's the Fix It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
And we are back. It is 8:45. We're up to 50 degrees at WTMJ. Going to get up to the mid-60s today, but it's going to be cloudy. All right, we've got Eric Brown here from Siding Unlimited, along with David Nason. Got another question here about siding. Let's see. Woodpeckers have put many holes in cedar siding, 20 years old, especially in the chimneys. Besides replacing with cement board or some polywood product, can it be sprayed with insecticide? Or
No.
What do you do?
It can't be. There's no kind of spray, nothing to get rid of them.
No, we've dealt with, and Dave, you have too as an inspector.
Oh, you see it.
We've seen all kinds of different ideas and everything from homeowners with woodpeckers, and the fact that it's protected species, it's like there's not much you can do about it.
Play loud disco music maybe or something.
You get the plastic woodpeckers and put those on the side.
They sit right on top of those.
Yeah.
They got those figured out.
I know. During the break, Libby, you're talking about the large, oversized mouse traps. We've seen those on the side of walls. We've seen.
You need a permit for that, by the way.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you can't just
go willy-nilly doing
They are
this.
protected. Look it up.
Yep.
If you just Google, can I get a permit in Wisconsin to trap or kill woodpeckers, and it'll learn everything.
It's a process.
It is quite a process.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen CDs hanging from walls, and all of that tinsel.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
You need to move. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, you move. They pack up with you.
Yeah.
What we've seen, and I don't think that there's anything in any siding manufacturer's warranty that warrants against that they're going to protect against woodpeckers. It's not in there. It's not in LPs. It's not in the vinyl siding that we use. We use Certainty Monogram vinyl siding. It's not in there. Like, they just don't have any legal jargon on woodpeckers. You just can't. But I would tell you that personal experience and what we've seen for using LP for so long is that, so my house that I'm in right now, sided it 6 years ago, had a woodpecker, and I was gonna reside. When we bought the house, I knew I was gonna reside the house. Obviously, like that's what I do, and that's my passion. And but we saw the woodpecker, and it was out there, and we covered 92 or 98, 99% of the house. We had it taken care of with aluminum trim, LP Smart Side. New windows, new doors, all of that stuff. Except there was one window that was we were going to keep. Wasn't that old, so we were going to keep it. And then we decided, nope, we're going to replace it because it didn't match everything else. And so that was a little bit of an afterthought, but we had to leave it there. We did everything around it. So now we have this one wood window left, and that woodpecker, all we did was move it, force that woodpecker to work on that one window that had a little bit of wood around it. And it did, and it went to town until we got the new window in. Once we got the new window in, now I'm 100% complete all the way around the house. I'm taken care of. That woodpecker did not come back to my house, which, again, LP SmartSide does not have anything in the warranty saying that they're against woodpeckers, but over the last 6 years, that woodpecker has not touched my house. So it has been a deterrent for it. My neighbor's house has holes all the way up and down the chimney and the side of the house, and so the woodpecker, I was just able to move it
next door.
One lot.
Are you friends now with that neighbor at all?
We're going to be residing his house this winter. Actually, we are. They're picking out a color.
Yeah.
Once they sign off on a color, they'll be on the schedule.
And then the next guy in the neighborhood gets the woodpecker.
With a woodpecker and a business card.
It's 8:49 on WTMJ.
You got to give that woodpecker a shirt or a jacket that says Siding Unlimited on it.
We have we don't, but we should have a woodpecker feeding station in every
What's the phone number for Siding Unlimited if you've got woodpeckers?
262-567-4513.
It's 8:49. We've got more questions for Eric Brown from Siding Unlimited after this.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max, keeping you updated on culture and creativity.
The Wisconsin Film Office. We can say it out loud. It's going to happen. Academy Award winner John Ridley.
So I'm glad that Wisconsin is getting in the game. I hope they stay in the game. Wisconsin is great because it has so many different looks. It has so many different places. It has places that are untouched. It has places that are incredibly modern.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max, weeknights at 6 on WTMJ.
Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and let me say that again. Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors, and we install windows and doors really well. Our team of fine craftsmen show up, lay down drop cloths, remove the old, and install your new beautiful windows, and then clean up behind ourselves so you're left with brand new Pella replacement windows installed by Siding Unlimited and a great experience. Our team from sales to office to install will take you through the process the right way, the Siding Unlimited way, that has earned us the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. If you're getting estimates for windows and doors this fall, be sure to call Siding Unlimited because you can only get Siding Unlimited's professional craftsmen for Pella windows and doors by calling Siding Unlimited. For siding, roofing, windows, and doors, let Milwaukee's National Contractor of the Year, Siding Unlimited, give you a free estimate and start the process. Go to sidingunlimited.com.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee's Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
WTMJ's Julia Fellow for Appliance Gallery on Wisconsin Avenue in Milwaukee, home to the state's most up-to-date luxury appliance showroom, featuring top brands like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Bosch, GE Cafe, and more. They work seamlessly with your designer or contractor. Customize with colors from Blue Star and True Residential. As a small family-owned business with one location, they handle everything from start to finish. Visit ApplianceGalleryWI.com or stop in today.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
Half a century of marketing expertise joined with over 20 years of local market knowledge. Not to mention the savings you'll see after you get our best commission right up front, which, by the way, is only 1.9% on the listing side of your home. Join that together and you can be sure that you've chosen the right real estate experts who have the experience to market your home effectively and give you a commission that'll end up paying for things like new furniture. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. They saved over $50,000 after we sold their home at only 1.9%. You don't have to pay 6% to market and sell your home. Hundreds of Century 21 Benefit Realty clients will attest. You can get it all for only 1.9%. The more value your home has, the more important it is to find the best real estate commission and the marketing ability to get top dollar. And with Century 21 behind us, that's what we have. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Making it a great Fix-It day. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
And we are back. Eric Brown is joining David Nason this hour. And gutters. We didn't talk about gutters. And somebody wants to know, Eric, what's the best gutter for here in Wisconsin? What's the best system?
Gutter cover.
Gutter cover system.
Gutter cover. I like what we use. Again, 31 years in the business, we've seen a lot of them come and go, and we've seen a lot of them that have come and stayed. And I just don't think they've been a success. I think people still have them, and they may or may not work. But then there's consequences with it. There's there's an aluminum product that has the nose forward. It looks like a gutter, like a legit cover, and then the water follows that into the gutter. Like that, usually the nose gets debris on it, and it kind of builds up a lot of dirt, and so it's kind of unsightly. So we're not a fan of that one. Stuff that we use is it's a cover. It's kind of a great system, and it's on my house, and we just don't have any issues with it. So the stuff, if you're looking for a gutter cover, give us a call. The stuff we use, the house that I'm in, I bought 6 years ago, sided it, windows, did the gutters, did this gutter cover, haven't had an issue. And I've got trees around my house. Like I'm on a hill, and I've got a lot of trees higher than me. So this time of year when the wind's blowing, my house gets just knocked out, like
littered
just,
with
oh
leaves.
yeah, it's like not just one knockout blow, it's jabs of just leaves hitting my house, and we haven't had a problem. Any system stuff is going to get through. Like nothing's going to stop everything 100%. It's what's going to be manageable so that when it does rain, it flushes whatever got through out. And yeah, 6 years, personal experience. And we've been using this product for longer than that, and we don't have any issues. So
how much maintenance do you need with the system? Because you can't just not do anything, right?
No, the questions that people have will be, well, now this stuff, all you did was it's now sitting on top. And you know what? It will accumulate in valleys, but that's a valley. Like that's like stuff's going to sit on top. Like, but it's not as much, like the water's still going to flow. And I still like, do not get up on your roof. Call somebody. Do not go up on your roof yourself. If you're not comfortable walking on an incline, like we're not built to walk on that, on inclines or on declines. It's really a decline because if you fall, you're not falling up, you're falling down.
Right.
And when you fall past the edge of the roof, it's another 8
it's
to 20 feet.
It's not the fall, it's the sudden stop at the ground.
Yeah, right, right. So don't go up there, but there is some maintenance to it, and it might be if you can get a leaf blower from the ground, like if it's not that far, or a broom and just sweep that off. But if it's higher than that, call somebody else. Put it on their insurance, put it on their liability. And it might cost you a few bucks, but it's the cheapest policy you can get.
All right. Well, there's a lot more that we could cover. Unfortunately, we are out of time.
Right.
But I know there are people who have more questions. We didn't even talk about windows
I had a
and
roofing
doors.
story that we didn't even get to, but that's all good.
We know you're going to come back and tell us that one.
back.
But if anybody wants to get in touch with you, because as you said, you're there till noon today, but you've got that showroom that you can come out and look at everything.
Yeah, we're not. Everybody knows we're not hiding from anyone. We're out there. 262-567-4513. SidingUnlimited.com. Go to our Instagram page to see a lot of different ideas at Siding Unlimited LLC on Instagram. But yeah, we just want to be available when you're ready. That's really what it's about. And for 31 years, we've been going on 32 years. We've been available for people when they're ready. And that's just kind of how we operate.
How do we find your showroom?
Our showroom is 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. And if you're listening and you're out in Madison area, or you're out Lake Country and you want to go that way, it's a cool showroom out in Madison. It is 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. So we service all of southern Wisconsin and, pretty much the listening area we cover.
And what's phone number one more time?
262-567-4513. But, even if you go on sidingunlimited.com and put your information on, it comes to my phone. So, if you have questions or something like that, you can or it comes to my phone, then I disperse that to the sales team and all of that. And go Brewers.
Go Brewers, yes.
Thanks for
Knockout
joining
punch.
us. Eric Brown from Siding Unlimited. David Nason, you'll be back with Dayton next week.
I will be back, yes. Looking forward to it.
And I'm Libby Collins. The Fix It Show is sponsored by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction.
This has been The Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
At Boucher, we don't just sell cars, we build careers.